Obviously, we all know that Vanderpump is no Moss.
Well, it's Moss, but with a whole new
but
crew.
like, yeah.
They survived. See, TMZ, that's a good pun. Listen, we get so connected to these characters or these people and following their lives. Great. It's fun. But there's a time where you just gotta, you're dead, lie down. And last season was really tough to watch.
Yeah, definitely. I have this feeling, and like this could have been in the works, and then they decided to do what they did, and now this is no longer in the works. But I would not be shocked, because I have a little bit of a problem with them just canceling the show and then like that's that. Like, yeah, I know that some of them might cross over, or maybe be on the Valley, or maybe pop into the new show. Like, I don't know what their plans are. Pregnant. Yeah.
So with that dude, the Colorado dude,
is his name Luke?
Mm-hmm. Colorado
the
dude.
dad is Luke, so I can't remember if that was the dude, but that's the dad.
So what the story was before was that Vanderpump was going to come back they were going to shoot for 3 weeks. And now they're saying, no, they're not talking about this 3-week thing anymore. But I would be shocked if they don't still do that, because I think that with how long that show has ran and everything that we left them doing was just such a kind of like the season fucking sucked last year because of all the things. But like, if they don't take advantage of like one final fucking blowout party of like these people going away, like they really will have left a lot of people hanging. And I just think the show's been going on for too long without them to do a final send off.
God, you would think I would be so here for that, but the last episode of the last season, I did feel closure from it. And I think that if they do put anyone on for just a few episodes, just to say, hey, we're no longer going to be here and this is what we're going to be doing, to me, that feels so produced. And I don't want to see any more produced. It would definitely
feel produced,
stuff.
But I would just like to see, I would love to see Lala and what's her fuck?
Sheena?
Not Sheena. Sheena. I love Sheena, but I don't fucking care what Sheena's doing. Lala and Ariana have a real conversation and be like, did you realize that like you just deciding to just remove yourself from all of this was like, did you realize that like we likely wouldn't be coming back? Like if no one's shooting together, and then what's her name is going to follow whatever Ariana does. What's her name? Katie. Mm. Like, I hope that Ariana is smart enough to like, I hope that she's the Lauren of the group, where she keeps moving forward and keeps taking all the opportunities that she's had and making something of it. Because if she blinks, I don't find Ariana to be that captivating of a person to follow for too much longer if she doesn't really make some big moves to continue this. I foresee people like the Katies of the world going, oh, fuck. I don't see Katie having any real
longevity,
like motivation. Mm. She seems very just like, nah, like she's just kind of like, I like Katie. I totally like her. Mike's not a fan, right?
No, but I'm not a fan of it. Like Schwartz is the only one I like because I'm gay for him.
I didn't know that, Mark.
Dude, Tom Schwartz might be the hottest dude I've ever seen in my life.
That's wild. That's a wild statement.
It's not.
He said it like out of the blue yesterday.
I think he's single. If you're, you're not.
I don't think he's gay, and I'm not gay. But he's like especially when he was younger, dude. They'll do like
no, he's totally a handsome guy.
Yeah, he's. I
just wouldn't say he's the most handsome guy.
Yeah, I think he was looking at his like younger modeling photos where you're just like, those modeling photos where you're like, that's the same guy. Like,
yeah.
Like I remember having like a couple girls that modeled that were always like having to fucking leave school early to go to San Francisco, and I would see their books and I'd be like, "This you?"
That's
like
Nick Berry. Nick
Berry's the same way.
There's a dude that works on AGT, he runs digital, and he's like just regular guy, skinny, comes working the whatever, and then you see his old modeling pictures, and you're like, "That's not you," and he's like, "No, that's me." I'm like, "There's no fucking way that's you," and it's
just like you couldn't draw a more like. Yeah. There's just some people that turn out this way.
Yeah,
and that's that's it's like, oh, if you had to like draw or make a perfect dude face, like.
It's Schwartzy for you.
Schwartzy as a younger Schwartzy. It doesn't. When I see him as a young, I'm like, oh my god. And then every once in a while nowadays, it's as he gets older. I don't think Schwartz is going to have the luxury of most dudes of getting more handsome as he ages.
Well, because I don't know if he really takes care of himself. I don't really know if he's eating well, getting enough sleep, hydrating,
that has
working
anything
out.
to do with it with dudes, but
No, it does.
I mean, some dudes, sure, but like that, just generally, like that's been a joke forever. Is unfortunately like dudes.
Men age like wine, women age like flowers. I've heard it. Thank you.
But I don't think that's Schwartz's case. But yeah, we were watching something the other, something stupid like, oh, here's where they became from and blah, blah, blah. And Schwartz's, the thing they picked for Schwartzy was pretty nice picture.
Well, I will just say I don't actually care if they do. I'll watch it. Don't get me wrong.
That's kind of what I mean.
But I don't care.
That's
probably
kind of
go
what I
back
mean.
to
I feel
watching
like if they don't cash in on making a last like a month long, whatever.
Goodbye series.
Yeah, like, it's like I think it's a wasted opportunity.
Yeah, I think that I'm a little bit with you that seem too produced, and I also think people are over it.
I think
like,
people are
they're
so
over
over
the
it.
Scandival. They're over these idiots.
People are
Like-
dying for this show to come back.
Not with these people.
This moment they are, because they haven't met the new people yet. They'll get over it. All I'm saying is that there are a lot of people out there. You guys aren't on TikTok, so you don't know. You're ignoring a large part of the country,
And all the
and you've
bots.
gotten us into a lot of trouble because of it.
We're ignoring the bots, Courtney, on TikTok.
I think people are over the old cast. They're ready to usher in a new bunch of servers, and I think it's neither here nor there if they do those 3 episodes. And for that matter, you're right. There are so many people who have had this tiny little slice of reality TV fame, far less than these kids have had, these adults have had, and they've really turned it into big careers. Like that girl, Lauren from the Laguna Beach. She was on TV for what? 3 years? 4 years?
Yeah.
Was she on the Hills?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, she's the star of the Hills. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe even longer. But my point is, she turned that into the number one. I don't know if it still is, but I was doing a Kohl's commercial back in the day, and they had me in all this Lauren Conrad stuff. And I was like, oh, does this brand do well? And the woman from Kohl's says, it is our number one selling brand in the women's department. So she has parlayed that shit
That's what I
into
mean. Some
stuff
of them
that has
do this.
nothing to do with reality TV anymore.
Yeah.
People just recognize the name enough that they will entertain it, hold the t-shirt up. It's cute. It's the right price. I'm going to buy it. So if they're smart, then they will have all the success that they could ever dream of, and have a leg up in the sense of they're not starting from zero, because people know who these guys are.
You know who else had that plan and everyone shit on him?
Who?
Nick.
Oh,
Sorry, buddy. Go get yours.
You know
It's not too late.
they'll be the most famous
Who's-
person on Love is Blind.
Yeah.
Nick.
Nick.
You know who's done the most on this? Stassi Schroeder is the Lauren thus far.
That's my point. And she got kicked off the show.
Yeah.
And was in a really like tumultuous time, getting canceled, all of that stuff. And she was able to parlay it into something really big for her. I think she just signed some
$60 million podcast deal.
You know, she married my old neighbor.
That was your old neighbor?
Yeah, Bo.
I like that guy.
I know, Bo was great.
Yeah.
But so my point is, like, if you're smart and you got something to sell or whatever, an angle to work, I don't, that's why I don't need the 3 episodes of being like, Sheena Shea's gonna, do workout videos with her husband. Lala is gonna expand the makeup brand.
I hope Lala hits up. I hope she gets on a Housewives series. I hope that she joins, or at least becomes friend of or something to start off. Like, I think Lala is the real fucking deal reality player. And I would think that Bravo should entertain
That's
where they
interesting.
might put her, because she's great. I
That
mean,
is it.
if you're, she might not be everyone's cup of tea, but she is reality TV's.
Yeah, she knows how to work it.
Yeah. And so I can't help but just sit here and wonder, like, is Katie going to regret not being like, Ariana, come on, just show up. Because those are the kinds of characters that I don't know if they've got the chutzpah to like get.
No, but do you know what it
Get
feels
going.
like with Katie? And this isn't a good or a bad thing. This is actually how I was in high school. I would have never gone out in high school if someone didn't call me and say, hey, Court, we're going out. I'm picking you up at this time, even as an adult. And I feel like Katie is very similar in the sense of all of her friends were doing this show. So, and she was a part of the storyline. So she showed up. I don't know if she would have sought out reality TV like a Lala did, which is why Lala is a really good reality TV character.
Oh yeah. I'm just saying money. Like,
No.
like people are going to start realizing like jobs are hard.
But this is my
money
point. Like, I think
short.
Katie is like coming or going with whatever's
Yeah.
blowing in her direction, whichever way the wind blows. And she really wanted to open up this restaurant. So hopefully it'll be successful. If not, she'll probably be invited to do a different restaurant. Like, I don't think she has the drive to be, that's why I don't think she'll get mad at anyone. Cause I don't think she has the drive to be this reality TV
she
star.
is on, she has that podcast with that other girl that was on there, and it's in Nick Vile's company. So
There you go. So she already
got
has another
something.
platform. She's making, that's what I'm saying. If you have the desire and you work it right, you'll be fine. So
yeah.
keep your 3 episodes. Bravo.
Do you love that Brittany got the spot right fucking on Santa Monica Boulevard? Can you imagine how pissed Jax must be?
Yeah. Across the street from TomTom.
That's like the most glorious news I've ever heard. Like Jax would kill. Like he's
I'm
got
so
some
happy for
spot.
her.
Like your spot, I'm sure is actually not shitty. It's in Studio City, and you should be like grateful, but you won't be because you're you.
Sir is down the street. Pump
But
is
now
across
she's back
the
as
street.
an owner, and he's so obsessed with being in the scene where I don't even think that she is. I think she
No.
would have been perfectly happy to
Anywhere. Give her in Encino.
She probably
doesn't
would have
care.
been like, "Oh God, the commute! I got to pick up the kids.
Yeah.
I got to go over the hill now."
Yeah.
Like, but I still think it's so great that she just one ups up, and I that has Lisa Vanderpump written all over it to me.
Oh, I wonder if she's one of the investors.
All it takes is a phone call from the Vanderpumps of the world.
Yeah. Did you guys have a nice Thanksgiving?
Yeah, you know that thing on SNL. I'm a back home baller. If I want something, I just holla.